Recap: Alchemy Emperor of the Divine Dao, Chapter 1809, Chapter Rasen. In the shadowed mists of the hidden dragon mystery realm, a figure of arrogance and ambition moved with measured pride. Qianzhao Yang, scion of the venerable Qianzhao clan, waved his hand with a casual flourish, preparing to withdraw. His mind danced on possibilities, not of immediate victory, but of the favor he might earn from Zihe Bingyun. The whispers of the world were rife with rumors. Some said Ling Han had affronted Zihe Bingyun, spoken ill of her in public, or committed unspeakable improprieties. To any who sought to curry her favor, the death of Ling Han would be a golden opportunity. For Qianzhao Yang, however, this minor merit paled beside the allure of forging a connection with a celestial king-tier force. And perhaps, he fancied, Zihe Bingyun herself might turn her gaze upon him. After all, he was a holy son, a prodigy in his own right, though not yet on the same plane as Luo Changfeng. That disparity lay in worldly resources, not innate skill. With these thoughts seared into his ambition, he commanded his subordinate to strike at Ling Han. Yet he himself would not sully his own hands with a sneak attack on one of lesser stature. But fate can be cruel to the overconfident. Not only was his subordinate swiftly cut down, but Qianzhao Yang's precious sword formation shattered before his eyes. Even his most formidable trump card failed to subdue Ling Han, leaving him hollow with frustration and bereft of fighting spirit. To continue the skirmish seemed a foolish waste. Better to retreat and wait for more fated opportunities. Ling Han's lips curled into a cold, calculating smile, his eyes gleaming with the sharp light of predation. "You think you can escape?" His voice was calm, yet laced with lethal intent. Qianzhao Yang faltered, then laughed, a hollow, disdainful sound. "I, Qianzhao Yang, decide my own path. Do not presume you can hinder me." Ling Han's gaze remained serene, unshaken. "I do not wish to stop you, only to see you on your way." "Impudence!" roared Qianzhao Yang, his noble blood aflame. He was an heir of the Qianzhao clan, a warrior of renown, and yet this unknown youth before him dared speak with such ease? In the celestial realm, pedigree could elevate one above raw talent, and yet here he faced someone whose prowess defied all expectation. Ling Han's aura flared, killing intent roaring like a dragon awakened. He would make Qianzhao Yang an example, a lesson etched in the memories of all who might think to ambush him. "Killing you is like taking a life of a mere chicken," he declared, his words cold, unflinching. To Ling Han, this adversary was inconsequential, a trivial obstacle in a realm teeming with monsters and kings alike. Qianzhao Yang trembled, fury mingling with fear. Though his pride burned, a part of him knew the truth. He might be powerful, but this was no ordinary youth. He could not match Ling Han's might. And yet, in the recesses of his mind, a stubborn resolve sparked. One day, beyond the confines of this mystery realm, he would ascend to dividing soul tier, and then even this extraordinary youth would be no more than a defenseless creature beneath his gaze. There was no urgency in this moment, no pressing grudge, only a temporary impasse. But Ling Han would allow no retreat. With a decisive motion, he invoked the 10 beasts technique, and from the ethereal mists arose 10 colossal battle beasts wreathed in fire, their roars shaking the realm like rolling thunder. In this mystery realm, the severing mundane tier was supreme. And these 10 creatures, at the peak of fourth severance, were kings among kings. Even the legendary Luo Changfeng or Zihe Bingyun would hesitate before such a formation. Qianzhao Yang's fury erupted as he faced the onslaught, but 10 formidable battle beasts bore down upon him, each an embodiment of fearlessness and wrath. Around them, whispers of astonishment spread among onlookers. This, Qianzhao Yang, heir of the Qianzhao clan, a fourth severance king tier, being pressured by 10 battle beasts? Their hearts quailed. Who could fathom such strength in a mere youth who had dared offend Zihe Bingyun? Speculation ran wild. Perhaps Ling Han had indeed committed some bold, audacious act, for only one with such might could survive the wrath of a celestial king tier. Observers wondered if this young man might one day ascend to such heights himself, a celestial king in his own right. Trapped, Qianzhao Yang's mind raced. The 10 beasts were relentless, their assault a symphony of death. Could he strike a suicidal blow to turn the tide, or would it end only in his demise, a tragic mark of infamy? Ling Han's sharp voice pierced the chaos. "Bully your sister, I will destroy you." The rules of engagement were clear. No one dared move against him save for Ling Han himself. Desperation steeled Qian Zhao Yang's heart. As heir to a 3-star clan, decisiveness was in his blood. With a roar that split the air, he charged, his aura igniting as he spat forth blood, burning his own life force to surge beyond mortal limits. Peng! Peng! The battle beast tried to crush him, but he pressed onward, heedless of wounds and pain, his body a blazing arrow aimed at Ling Han. Each step drew him closer, each heartbeat a gamble against fate. Life and death, honor and ruin, danced on the edge of a blade. As Qian Zhao Yang's figure hurtled through the storm of fiery beasts, he would strike Ling Han, or perish trying. Such was the ruthless, unyielding law of martial legends that governed this realm. The wind tore across the battlefield, carrying with it the acrid scent of blood and smoke. Qian Zhao Yang lunged forward, summoning every last vestige of his strength for a final, desperate strike aimed at Ling Han. His body was battered, his limbs heavy with injuries sustained from the brutal siege of the 10 battle beasts. This was the culmination of his survival, a gamble of life and death. If this blow failed, it would be his final moment. Yet Ling Han remained unshaken, his eyes calm and piercing. You stand at the edge of despair, he thought. How could I possibly fear you now? With a single press of his palm, he reached out, intercepting Qian Zhao Yang's attack. Peng! The clash rang through the air like a peal of thunder. Qian Zhao Yang's energy surged, yet Ling Han unleashed 2 celestial techniques simultaneously. The tide of the ages shimmered around his form, corroding the attack with a relentless force. The mightiest regulation known before the Celestial King tier, once coveted by the Ding clan. Even so, Qian Zhao Yang's strike was not entirely dissipated, but Ling Han's banishing technique followed, nullifying the remnants of the assault as if they had never existed. In one fluid motion, Ling Han's hand shot forth and seized Qian Zhao Yang by the neck, hoisting him aloft like a helpless bird. The heir of a 3-star force, once heralded for his potential, now hung limp and pitiful in the air, his once mighty body broken by grievous wounds. His ambition, his pride, all faded in the shadow of Ling Han's overwhelming power. A cold voice cut through the tension. Ling Han, enough! Qian Zhao Tian stepped forward, a smirk curling across his lips. Inside, he seethed with a dark delight. He had watched the heir of a 3-star force humiliated, defeated before all eyes, and this spectacle would stain Qian Zhao Yang's name forever. Even if Yang clung stubbornly to his title, Tian would ensure that his claim to heirship was erased. Yet to allow Ling Han to kill him outright? That he could not tolerate. The clan would demand accountability, and Qian would be judged for indifference. It was time to intervene. Ling Han ignored him, his cold gaze unflinching. Authority in the moment came not from words, but from the indomitable presence of his cultivation. Crack! With a decisive twist, the neck of Qian Zhao Yang broke, the 9 heavens flame surging through his mind to obliterate his spirit. In that instant, Qian Zhao Yang ceased to exist in this world. You! Qian Zhao Tian's roar shook the air, fury burning in his eyes. He had not anticipated that Ling Han would dare to annihilate the heir of a 3-star clan so openly. The young man had cast aside all caution, disregarding the might of a Celestial King tier force as if it were nothing. Ling Han's cold voice cut through the chaos. Not satisfied? Then step forward, and I will show you the meaning of satisfaction. Tian's eyes bulged with rage, yet he dared not utter another word. Who was he to challenge a man who had just felled a 3-star heir? The onlookers, Lin Fang, Tang Sen, and others, had just arrived. They gaped in astonishment at the display of raw dominance. Ling Han's aura had not merely subdued Qian Zhao Tian, it had left an indelible impression of fear and respect. Any prior intentions of confrontation were now extinguished. Ling Han, even a severing mundane tier, was a force to be reckoned with within the mystery realm. With measured steps, Ling Han escorted the Empress toward the summit. The air around them was thick with the residue of battle, and their presence alone carved a path of dominance. There, atop the peak, lay a grand palace, a dark edifice as black as obsidian, dragons etched upon its walls in malevolent elegance. This was no hall of honor, but a monument of destruction. Above the imposing doors, golden characters glimmered, proclaiming the palace's name, Ascending Dragon Palace. Pride radiated from the inscription, as if it could suppress the very passage of time. The doors stood wide open, yet the interior lay silent, Empty. Logic would dictate that others had been here first, yet where had they gone? Ling Han and the Empress exchanged a knowing glance before stepping inside. A force, invisible yet irresistible, surged toward them. Their grip loosened involuntarily, and each was drawn into a solitary stone chamber. It was clear. A trial awaited. Ling Han had anticipated tests, expecting iron statues or stone warriors. But as he steeled himself for combat, 3 streaks of shadowy light coalesced into a single, towering figure. Over 3 meters in height, slender yet imposing, its features were obscured, its form human yet otherworldly. The figure spoke with casual serenity, a voice that cut through the silence. "Young man, why do you cultivate?" Ling Han paused, caught off guard. He had readied himself for battle, not conversation. Yet he answered with conviction, "To gain strength, to choose my own path, to protect those around me, to live with a backbone." The shadowed figure regarded him thoughtfully. "Your answer aligns with the worldly path, but is your Dao heart steady enough to endure the solitude of true cultivation?" Ling Han nodded, unwavering. "Then I shall test it. You must make no sound, one utterance, and you fail." A finger pointed, and Wang, a darkness enveloped him. Sight, sound, touch, even the whispers of the 9 heavens flame were snatched away. Ling Han drifted in a void where life itself felt suspended, a cold solitude where time had no meaning. The familiar resonance of his divine sense was gone, and with it, all connection to his life force. This was a trial of the Dao heart, a crucible of isolation. Ling Han did not flinch. Instead, he allowed himself to sink into the icy silence, feeling the cold embrace of nothingness. In this void, he realized the strange clarity it offered, an insight into Dao that could only come through enduring such absolute emptiness. Madness threatened, yet his heart remained firm, unbroken. Here, in the death-like stillness, he comprehended the true strength of resolute spirit. And so Ling Han stood in that endless night, a lone cultivator confronting the very essence of solitude, ready to emerge tempered, unyielding, and victorious.